Let me see you put 'em up. Reach the sky, touch the stars up above. Cause it's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog. One time for
a young nigga with a dollar and a dream, and these Nikes on my feet, trying to stay about the streets. So I'm rhyming, pulling 187s all on these beats, instead of on the concrete, submitting my future while they were focused on what they cheap. But shit, I'm like a chief head honcho. Tell me that it's impossible, I give it to you pronto. Be working all these late nights and these early mornings like Alonzo. So one day they'll be calling me great, just call me Gonzo. But I'm never acting, nor is anybody pulling strings. Everything I have came from sacrificing everything. I traded working 9 to 5 for the minimum, for working non-stop, so my life be like a cinema screen. But in the end, I wouldn't have it any other way. Got on my knees and for this rap to work is what I prayed. And that was happening, crunching numbers like Captain, a serial killer, compelling listeners with his passion for words. Never acting my verbs, but truly fashion to serve not only masses but curves, not just the hood but the birds. Know you hear it every time I grace the mic, then I give it to God, feeling blinded by the lights in this song.
Let me see you put 'em up. Reach the skies, touch the stars up above. Cause it's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog.
A 20-year-old dreaming of whipping Monte Carlos and gold jewelry, looking like I came from El Dorado. Pick up the pen and pad, instead of spitting gin and badge, I'm painting pictures with my words, just call me Young Picasso. These haters only gas me up and then I mash the throttle. Being drinkers think it's safe to say should drop the bottle, cause what I'm spitting is proof, and truth is hard to swallow. When rappers losing their heads, that's word to Sleepy Hollow. Nowadays they tryna flex, Johnny Bravo, and I be Rocky in his second fight against Apollo. Underdog, but you see I won the war. Asking me if I could spit is asking me to raise the bar. I've been in this place before, matter of fact most of my life. They told me that I would fail, die before I prove them right. Pinning verses on my lunch bag, now I'm doing shows. Lady Luck blew me a kiss, now I'm a prince, never a toad. Bitch your bottom, I'm the greatest, that's on everything I own. And though it isn't much, I want the world like Al Capone. I'm coming for the glory, this is a sermon to the masses. The kid you shitted on is telling you to wipe his ass.
Let me see you put 'em up. Reach the skies, touch the stars up above. Cause it's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog. One time for
a young nigga with a dollar and a dream, and these Nikes on my feet, trying to stay about the streets. So I'm rhyming, pulling 187s all on these beats, instead of on the concrete, submitting my future while they were focused on what they cheap. But shit, I'm like a chief head honcho. Tell me that it's impossible, I give it to you pronto. Be working all these late nights and these early mornings like Alonzo. So one day they'll be calling me great, just call me Gonzo. But I'm never acting, nor is anybody pulling strings. Everything I have came from sacrificing everything. I traded working 9 to 5 for the minimum, for working non-stop, so my life be like a cinema screen. But in the end, I wouldn't have it any other way. Got on my knees and for this rap to work is what I prayed. And that was happening, crunching numbers like Captain, a serial killer, compelling listeners with his passion for words. Never acting my verbs, but truly fashion to serve not only masses but curves, not just the hood but the birds. Know you hear it every time I grace the mic, then I give it to God, feeling blinded by the lights in this song.
Let me see you put 'em up. Reach the skies, touch the stars up above. Cause it's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog.
A 20-year-old dreaming of whipping Monte Carlos and gold jewelry, looking like I came from El Dorado. Pick up the pen and pad, instead of spitting gin and badge, I'm painting pictures with my words, just call me Young Picasso. These haters only gas me up and then I mash the throttle. Being drinkers think it's safe to say should drop the bottle, cause what I'm spitting is proof, and truth is hard to swallow. When rappers losing their heads, that's word to Sleepy Hollow. Nowadays they tryna flex, Johnny Bravo, and I be Rocky in his second fight against Apollo. Underdog, but you see I won the war. Asking me if I could spit is asking me to raise the bar. I've been in this place before, matter of fact most of my life. They told me that I would fail, die before I prove them right. Pinning verses on my lunch bag, now I'm doing shows. Lady Luck blew blew me a kiss. Now I'm a prince, never a toad. Bet your bottom, I'm the greatest, that's on everything I own. And though it isn't much, I want the world like Al Capone. I'm coming for the glory, this is a sermon to the masses. The kid you shitted on is telling you to wipe his ass.
Let me see you put 'em up. Reach the skies, let the stars up above. Cause it's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog.
A young nigga with a dollar and a dream, and these Nikes on my feet, trying to stay up out the streets. So I'm rhyming, pulling 187s all on these beats. Instead of on the concrete, submitting my future while they were focused on what they cheap. But shit, I'm like a cheap head honcho. Tell me that it's impossible, I give it to you pronto. Been working all these late nights and these early mornings like Alonzo. So one day they'll be calling me great, just call me Gonzo. But I'm never acting, nor is anybody pulling strings. Everything I have came from sacrificing everything. I traded working 9 to 5 for the minimum for working non-stop. So my life be like a cinema screen. But in the end, I wouldn't have it any other way. Got on my knees and for this rap to work is what I prayed. And that was happening, crunching numbers like Captain, a serial killer, compelling listeners with his passion for words. Never acting my verbs, but truly fashion to serve not only masses but curves, not just the hood but the birds. Know you hear it every time I grace the mic. Then I give it to God, feeling blinded by the lights in this song.
Let me see you put 'em up. Reach the skies, let the stars up above. Cause it's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog.
20-year-old dreaming of whipping Monte Carlos and gold jewelry, looking like I came from El Dorado. Pick up the pen and pad, instead of spitting gin and vag, I'm painting pictures with my words, just call me Young Picasso. These haters only gas me up and then I mash the throttle. Being strickers think it's safe to say should drop the bottle. Cause when I'm spitting it's proof and truth is hard to swallow. When rappers losing their heads, that's word to Sleepy Hollow. Nowadays they tryna flex, Johnny Bravo. And I be Rocky in his second fight against Apollo. Underdog, but you see I won the war. Asking me if I could spit is asking me to raise the bar. I've been in this place before, matter of fact most of my life. They told me that I would fail, die before I prove them right. Pinning verses on my lunch bag, now I'm doing shows. Lady Luck blew me a kiss, now I'm a prince, never a toad. Bet your bottom, I'm the greatest, that's on everything I own. And though it isn't much, I want the world like Al Capone. I'm coming for the glory, this is a sermon to the masses. The kid you shitted on is telling you to wipe his ass.
Let me see you put 'em up. Reach the skies, let the stars up above. Cause it's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog. You got the world on your team, even if that ain't what it seems. It's one time for the underdog. One time for the underdog.
Hindi ko na kailangan pang magpakilala bro, alam ko nakilala mo ako. Pasalamatan mo ako pagkat ikaw naman ngayon ang ipapakilala ko. Ang nagawa mo na kanta namin sa akin nabili mo pagkat dati akala ko ay totoo. Ang kapatid na di ko akalain na talaga namang napaka-ipakurito isipin mo.
Titirahin mo ako ng mga dilihitin mo paninira sa kabila ng pinakita ko sa'yo. Balag kayong pag-uugali bukod tangis sa mundo mag-iimbento ng story na di naman totoo. Sino dinutukoy kung taong may ngaranan sa alak kayo na musga sa ugali niya malakas. Umaas tapan ng patas pagtalikod manguhuda sa hanapan ka na butas. Trip kasi na magpasika. In short ay sisiraan ka, hihilain pa ba makuha lang ang simpatya. Ganyan na ba talaga? Apakapalan na mukha, mag-aabang ka na kinita. Kahit di ka tumaya, kahamang ka sa kayabangan sa lahat bro ng respeto. Mayaman ka sa kaibigan na tapat mo niloloko. At ito ang totoo kung ba't wala na ako sa grupo. Kaya kong pakisamahan aso sa departamento. Di ako dismayado dahil Dahil sa katulad mo na pabida masyadong desperado, malaki na ng ulo na parang hydrocephalus pero hangin na sa ulo. Pagiging tarantado, yan ba ang itinuro sa batang imong magikerong rapper kung paano. Ang gagot man lamang at magangas na panggap lang pero madaling masaktan kahit simpleng paratang lang. Irespeto ka't ginalang kapag di pa kung ituring masyadong minasama mga komentong galing sa akin. Ayaw daw na masapawan baluktot ng liderato. Ako daw ang pumapasok sa pinto nakakandado. Bakit daw nakikisalo? Nagki-feeling tong sigago sa ideya na gawa ko inakin nyo at sinolo. Kaya nyo rin baklasin ng verse pag ayaw nyo sa tao. Kagawan nyo ng kwento at tatawagin yung kagrupo. Bullshit. Ganyan din ba yung ginawa nyo? Sama natin yung kagrupo, gusto nyo akong masasayko. Kasi pare ako'y typo universal ang dugo ko. Kaya ko na makihalubilo kahit pa kanino. Teka, nasa na si G1, nasa na si Blaze, asa na si Micckey, asa na si LK. Hindi ba yan dati yung mga dati yung kagrupo at hindi nakasundo ay sisiraan nyo sa tao? Tangin na naman, anong klaseng pamilya yan? May hari at reyna alipin pa at utusan. Kala ko pantay-pantay pero ayaw magpalamang maghahanap ng kakampi at gagawa ng dahilan. Di ba dati nila sumurin isip pa ni SC? Tirahin natin din yung mga member ng PB. Pinagtatawanan puro bilis ng dawalan pero pagkaharap mo na agad kang kinakabahan. Tangin na ulit, tangin na sakit na yan. Yan ba nilalaman pa rin ng malaki mong dyan? Di na magtataka kung bakit natutuyuan. Ang utak mo kasi oho ka sa kaalaman. Pero okay lang naman basta walang tinatapakan. Pinagtataka ko lang chismis sa pinag-aaralan. Mas magyayabang nyabangan. Salamat sa mga fans. Kung iimbitahin hindi malabong mandagan. Talaga na malupit ang idol ko na makulit. Magaling to na mamengwe tapos hindi ibabalik. Ako na lang nahihiya. Ugali mong walang hiya kaya panalo ka na nga sa pakapalan na mukha. At pinipilit mong mag-mainstream di naman alam ang meaning. Galing daw sa underground ng stilong mountain na pang trending. Tigil mo na pare ya pagbabalat kayo kasi ang OA mo na bro din ako natutuwa sa'yo. Yeah.